Hello everyone, I'm so happy to have you here again with me today as we continue doing our read alouds and language skill practice. So, does anyone notice something different about where I am today? Well, I decided that I should be in a different place because today's book is The Bear Ate Your Sandwich. And what a better place to be in than where bears live in the forest. So I'm here up in the mountains today, excited to get to read our book. Well, today's language skill is going to come from the title of our book, The Bear Ate Your Sandwich, because we're going to be practicing irregular verbs. Now, remember a few weeks ago, we practiced our verbs, and those were action words. And I loved seeing the action list that some of you sent me. It was great to see all the verbs that you do during the day. Well, today we're going to talk about the ones that are weird, the ones that change when they've happened, when they're all done and they've been completed. So, for example, if we look at the title of our book, The Bear Ate Your Sandwich, we see this word ate. We don't usually say that when I say, I will eat a sandwich. Do you want to eat? Well, when that action of eating is done, we say, I ate. So again, it's a word that changes when it's completed. This is called an irregular verb. So first we're going to do our read aloud, and then we're going to practice some irregular verbs today, okay? All right, well, are you ready to read? I know I am. Here we go. The Bear Ate Your Sandwich by Julia Sarcone-Roach. By now, I think you know what happened to your sandwich, but you may not know how it happened. So let me tell you. It all started with the bear. The morning air was warm and bright when the bear stepped out of his den. He stretched and sniffed. The scent of ripe berries drifted towards him and led to a wonderful discovery. After a berry feast, the bear curled up in the sunlight and listened to the buzzing of the bees. Before long, he was asleep. By the time the bear opened his eyes, the buzzing had become a rumbling. He was being quickly swept along like a leaf in a great river. The forest disappeared in the distance, and high cliffs rose around him. Once the rumbling stopped, the bear found himself in a new forest. It was like nothing he'd ever seen before. This forest had many great climbing spots. The trees were still itchy here. There was good bark for scratching, and the mud squished nicely under his feet. There were many interesting smells in this forest, but some of the tastiest ones had already been found. Leafy green smells led the bear to new fun, and that is when he saw it. There it was, your beautiful and delicious sandwich, all alone. He waited to make sure no one saw him, not even the sandwich, before he made his move. It was such a great sandwich, the bear loved it. But just as he was almost finished, he heard sniff, snuffle, slobber, snort behind him. He had been seen. The bear was so surprised that he ran out of the park and down the street until he spotted a very tall tree. From the top of the tree, the bear could see his forest. It was time to go home. The waves rocked the bear and he began to doze. When he opened his eyes, he heard the breeze in familiar branches and the birds and bugs' evening song. Well, the bear made it home just fine. So that's what happened to your sandwich. The bear ate it. I saw it all. I tried to save your sandwich. I was able to save this little bit of lettuce here. The bear dropped it as he ran off, but I couldn't save the rest. I'm sorry to have to tell you about your sandwich this way, but now you know. Ruff, 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 ruff. The end. Oh, that silly little bear? How many of you think the bear actually ate the sandwich? Yeah, I don't think he ate it either. Well, that's quite an imaginative little dog to come up with such a story. So now let's get ready to practice our language skill of the week, irregular verbs. So now let's look at some of our irregular verbs. Remember, irregular verbs are the ones that change when they've been completed. So let's look at the first one that we talked about, eat. I will eat my sandwich. Well, when it's done, we say, I ate my sandwich. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna complete some verbs and then have you tell me what I did. Let's do the first one. So first, I will drink my coffee. What did I do? You're right, I drank my coffee. Drink changes to drank. Let's do another one. I will write a story. What did I do? I wrote a story. Write changes to wrote. Good job. Let's see, what's another one? I know. I will sleep. Now what did I do? You're right, I slept. Sleep changes to slept. Let's do another one. I see some trees. So what did I do? You're right, I saw some trees. See became saw. Awesome. Now let's think. Today I am happy. So how did I feel? We would say I was happy. So I am changes to I was. Let's look at that next one. I am going to stand up. What did I do? You're right, I stood up. Stand becomes stood. Now I'm going to sit down. What did I do? You're right, I sat down. Sit becomes sat. Now, I am going to give you a book. So what did I do? I gave you a book. Give becomes gave. Awesome. So now I'm going to go inside. What did I do? You're right, I went inside. Go becomes went. Well guys, I hope you had so much fun today reading The Bear Ate Your Sandwich. I know I was happy to get out and be in some fresh air here in the forest. And I hope you had a good time also learning about our irregular verbs. And let's see, this week I want you to think of 5 more irregular verbs. I want you to write the verb, and then I want you to write the irregular form when it's done, when we've completed it. The irregular verb, okay? All right, guys, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.